put that in the video, then maybe it could work. Oh, hello. Today is Friday, August 4th, 2017, and welcome to Nerdy News, Episode 3. Let's get right into it with some Toxic Avenger news. It's an old movie by like a nerdy, scrawny kid who gets chemical waste, like toxic stuff dumped on him, and he becomes a hero, and he's like a Toxic Avenger, but not like Iron Man. I don't think it's related in any way. That's possibly getting a reboot, but, you know, in my research, it was inconclusive, you know, so we'll see. I'll follow up on that if I ever get it confirmed. Ant-Man and Wasp finally started production, but for some reason they felt the need to have a trailer for it. I don't know why they need a trailer to say, hey, production has started. And it just showed like little mini chairs for Ant-Man and Wasp. Like, you could have just, you know, tweeted about it. I don't know why, like, a big trailer, like, it just seemed like a waste of editing time and all of that, when it could have just been like, hey, we're starting production, isn't that cool? Or like someone behind the scenes just like, hey, you know, with their phone, but whatever. So yeah, Ant-Man and Wasp has started production. Another superhero news, Hellboy. Ian McShane, I think it's how you pronounce it, Ian McShane is replacing John Hurt as Professor Broom, which I could see maybe that working. Ian McShane is good. I mean, I don't know how it's going to work, but yeah, that's going to be happening in this reboot. I'm not exactly sure if this is a reboot or not, but you know, they're making a new one, so it's cool. Also, Avengers 4 has started filming in Tokyo, so, you know, Tokyo seems like a cool place, so that seems like a cool plan. Also, I'd like to go visit Tokyo. Not for this, I've always wanted to visit Tokyo. Wouldn't that be cool? You're visiting Tokyo, and then, like, Robert Downey Jr. just walks by, like, hey. That would be awesome. At least to me it would be. And some, Deadpool 2 news. We're getting, we got the reveal of Domino. I don't know much about the character. Probably should have looked into that, but hey, that's on me. But it looks interesting. It looks pretty cool. And I noticed that the picture they took to reveal Domino looks basically like one of the promo pictures for Deadpool, but instead of being on a bear rug, it was on a Deadpool rug. So that was interesting. Nice little touch, little Easter egg for the promotion for the first movie. In more Deadpool-related news, someone in Maryland decided that they would dress up as Deadpool, go to Taco Bell, and try and rob them for chimichangas. Keyword is try. Personally, I think they're an idiot, but it was funny, because Deadpool loves chimichangas. Little story there. I actually hadn't had chimichangas until about a year after Deadpool came out, and I like chimichangas now. I got chimichangas the other day at this Mexican restaurant. It was good. Anyways, I diverse. Batman vs. Punisher, a fan-made trailer. I want to get that out there right now. It's a fan-made trailer. And I think it looks pretty decent, you know? My only problem was, it gave me a horror film vibe. I thought, like, okay, well, when's Batman gonna jump scare us? When's Punisher just gonna, like, go on a killing spree? Well, an innocent person killing spree. Well, innocent enough. So yeah, I thought that was, I watched it, it looks good. And I'd like to see that now. Batman vs. Punisher. And some Star Wars-ish and kind of Batman-ish related news. Mark Hamill, although it was, I think, a Star Wars thing that he was asked about, he was asked via Twitter message if if his signature was real on something, and he actually replied saying, you know what, this looks like it could be real, though the mark does look a bit off. You never can tell if they're fakes or not. And someone actually put that on Reddit messages, and I thought that was pretty cool that Mark Hamill's just like, you know, that could be real, but I'm not really that sure. That mark does look a little bit fake, not like me. So you might want to watch out for that one. In some Rick and Morty news, the Szechuan sauce is here. Sort of. Justin Roiland and a few YouTubers and other show creators, like H3H3 Productions and Alex Hirsch of Gravity Falls, they all got some Szechuan sauce. It was like a half a gallon each, and I think he got a letter that said from McDonald's that they went to an alternate dimension, dimension C, 1998M, I'm assuming standing for McDonald's, where that promotion is constantly going on, the Szechuan sauce one, and so you can always get some Szechuan sauce. And the bottle actually said, the label for the bottle actually said, do not serve to mad scientists traveling with their grandson, or people who look like mad scientists, and or people named Jerry. So I thought that was a nice little touch. Obviously this is a new batch and not some old batch like people thought, like, oh, that stuff's gotta be old. Read the packaging. I read the fine print because I'm a nerd. Hence nerdy news. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. And the letter also said, or the bottle, I forget which one, I think it was the bottle, it said that it was only being served for the promotion of the movie or 20 years later, which 1998. 20 years later would be next year. So, are we getting some Szechuan sauce for the Mulan movie that I think is coming out next year, right? So, we might have some Szechuan sauce soon, just saying. In show's ending news, the show The Middle is coming to an end after 9 seasons. They announced that earlier. What I thought was interesting is The Middle and The Office have the same amount of syllables, beginning with the, and both words have, both the and middle have 6 letters, and double letters have 9 seasons. So it's just stupid stuff like that that I noticed that was worth pointing out. But yeah, that's coming to a close. It always reminded me of Malcolm in the Middle, and not just because The Middle, but it had sort of the same kind of feeling. I didn't watch that much of it, so maybe now's a good time for me to binge watch it before it's over. In some Arrowverse news, the crossover was announced when that's going to be happening. It's going to be November 3rd, no, not 3rd. Words, I'll get them right. November 11th and November 12th, and Arrow will be airing for one night only on a Monday night. So I thought that was interesting. In some video game news, Super Mario Brothers, a rare copy was sold for, this is going to sound ridiculous, $30,100.44. But it was an earlier copy of the game, so I guess maybe it had, like, some of the bugs that are rare to find now, or some hidden things that are rare to get in later made copies. Plus, it was still in its plastic wrap and everything. It was a new copy, never before played. So, you know, that'll bump up the price a bit. I'd like to get myself a copy of Super Mario Brothers now. Play that. In some Avengers comic book news, they did a first look at the prehistoric Avengers from the year, from the year 1 million BC. In these, like, Avengers Legacy series they're doing. I think it looks cool. Seeing like a prehistoric Thor with his hammer, and a prehistoric Hulk and Doctor Strange. And I guess they were planning this since June. So yeah, I find this interesting. One question I have is, what's Iron Man going to be like in the past? What's a prehistoric Iron Man, or robotic stuff? Also, how does the Hulk get his powers? I suppose gamma radiation is probably going to be around, but I digress. In some really bizarre comic book news, the Nightmare Before Christmas is getting a sequel in comic book form, and it's going to be about Zero, the ghost dog with the glowing nose, who had one really important scene where he helped Jack get through the fog that Sally made. A friend of mine who told me about this story said, why don't they just make it about Jack and Sally? It's going to be a sequel. I agree. That sounds like a great idea, but you know what? Disney doesn't give a crap. Disney does what Disney wants. So, I'm questioning why about Zero, who had one significant plot point in that movie. His nose. He was basically the Rudolph, but that's the joke, so. And in our final story, PlayStation 4 sales did dip a little, which, it was slight. It wasn't that bad in the first quarter of 2017, but I thought that was, worth noting. If it's nerdy news, I'm reporting it. Anyways, thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy News. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, I'm going to be changing up the format from episode to episode, doing some new things. As you can see, I'm in my living room today. Still got the table. I like the table. I'm keeping the table, and I swear I hear voices and stuff in my house. I'm getting freaked out, so I'm going to go and binge watch a few more YouTube videos before I go to bed. Thank you for watching. Good night.